Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian. I am here today at the Rock Island Auction Company looking at some of the guns that they're going to be selling in their upcoming December of 2016 premiere auction. And I have a really cool single-shot pistol here. Now normally single-shot pistols are kind of blasé and boring, but this one's actually got a lot of neat stuff going on for it. Most significantly, this is the first pistol actually designed and produced by the Mauser company. This is a Mauser C77, or Construction 77, dating from 1877, although this particular example is dated 1876. And this was Mauser's very first kind of tentative attempt to get into the pistol market. In 1871, Mauser had their single-shot bolt-action rifle adopted by the then brand new German German nation, and it would have been really cool to couple that with a handgun being adopted at the same time. So there were trials coming up. The trials ultimately resulted in the adoption of the 1879 Reichsrevolver, which was not a Mauser revolver. Mauser did follow this with a revolver design, which we've looked at previously. You can check those videos out if you're interested. They're linked in the description below. But before they did that, they tried their hand at a single-shot pistol. Now this kind of seems weird in retrospect. Like, okay, it's 1877 or 1876. A couple of years ago, the US Army, of all people, adopted the single-action Colt, which is a quite fine, nice, very functional revolver. The French have adopted the 1873 revolver, which is even better than the American one. It's double action. Why would you, at this point, take a step back to just a single-shot pistol? And it appears this must have occurred to Paul Mauser, because they didn't actually even bother submitting this to the government after they'd finished it. In total, they made like about 100 of these, probably a little less than 100. They were available by private purchase to individual officers, but they were never adopted. They were never formally tested by the military, because clearly Mauser finished producing this pistol and looked at it and went, wow, boy, there's just no way they're ever going to accept that, so let's not even bother. However, that being said, there's some cool features to this. As a single-shot pistol goes, it's actually kind of slick, and it's got some neat mechanical functionality. And it turned out to be kind of this niche popular target gun in some officers' hands, and I think you'll see why in just a minute. Let's take a closer look at it and see how it works and what I keep saying is actually interesting about this. So Mauser clearly realized that if you've only got a single-shot pistol, you do at least want to be able to reload the thing fairly smoothly and quickly and easily. And so that's what the main mechanical function of this pistol is all designed around, is easy, fast loading. You've got a grip that actually fits the hand quite well. You raise this up in a single-hand target shooting type of stance, and you actually get a remarkably nice sight picture right there. It handles well. The safety, it does in fact have a safety, even though it's only a single shot gun, comes right under your thumb if you're right-handed, which, being a proper German officer, you are of course right-handed. Now to reload this, what you do is simply thumb down this breech block piece. When you do that, the extractor is going to push the empty case out. I believe if you do this with a little bit of gusto, elan, it will actually kick the fired case completely out of the gun. You've then got this nice rounded surface in here. Drop your new cartridge onto here, slide it in, and when you hit this ejector, which the rim of the cartridge is going to do, that's going to push in and it's going to automatically close the breech block for you. In that way, it's kind of like a little artillery piece. Once that's closed, all you have left is a trigger pull. So with a little bit of practice, you could reload this thing quite quickly and easily. That breech block really does fall right under the thumb. Second hand drops a cartridge in, and you're ready to go. On the other hand, however, and I should point out, the safety is properly designed in that up is safe. So when it's under your thumb, all you have to do is snap the safety down to disengage it, and it's ready to fire. The trigger pull, however, is quite heavy and quite long. This is a quintessential revolver-style double-action only trigger, and it's really stiff and heavy. If you're target shooting with this thing, boy, you're going to get really good trigger control. Now, possibly that's in there because the German 10.6 millimeter revolver ammo, or 10.6 ordnance ammo, which is what this fired, which is the same as what the later Reichsrevolvers would use. I suspect that stuff had some pretty hard primers in it. The Reichsrevolver had a very heavy trigger because it had a very heavy hammer spring, and I suspect this is done the same way. Pushing this down does recock the trigger, or reset the trigger. So once it's dry fired, you got nothing left. The firing pin remains in the downward fired position until you recock it by dropping the breech block. Now it's ready to fire again. So we do have one set of stamped markings on this pistol, and that's here on the left side. Patent Gebrüder Mauser and C. That was, in fact, one of the very early names for the Mauser company. They were in Oberndorf in Württemberg, and like I said, this one's dated 1876. My information was that all of these were manufactured in 1877. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure if the 1876 date is based on development of the model, or if they were perhaps manufactured over a short period of time from late 76 into early 77. I did not find a serial number anywhere on this piece, so I can't tell you where it may have fallen in the production lineup. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Very cool to see one of these guns. They're very rare out there. As I said earlier, they only made 100 or a little less than 100 of them. And that was, boy, almost 150 years ago now. So they've been through a lot. This one's not in fantastic shape, but it's totally functional. It looks good. The bore is actually a lot better than you would expect looking at the outside as well. So if you would like your own really cool and historic single shot pistol, whip up some 10.6 German ammunition and do your own target shooting with it, well, take a look at the description text below. You'll find a link there to Rock Island's catalog page on this piece, where you can see their pictures, read their description, and place a bid online, over the phone, or live here at the auction. Thanks for watching.